Okay, we are recording. So I'm going to show you how to track your macros and how to pre-plan and just everything that you need to know. The first thing I'll say is if you do not have the pro version, I would definitely do the free trial. It's like a 30-day free trial and it's totally, totally worth it. Okay, so this is your home screen that you see here. You can you can do plus and you can add your food this way, or you can go to diary and add your food this way. So this is actually my day today. So let me actually go to tomorrow so we can start fresh. So at the top, you can see my macros are what's showing instead of calories. I just want to make sure my mic was on really quick instead of my calories. This is so much easier to know what you can eat throughout the day versus just showing your calories, because that doesn't give you any information. Okay. All right. So for today, I have 189 grams of carbohydrate I can eat, 55 grams of fat I can eat, and 160 grams of protein that I can eat. So before I even eat for the day, I'm going to pre-plan, which means right now I'm going to plan out all of my food for tomorrow. So that way I already know what I'm eating. So it makes it much easier. And then it's also a guaranteed way to hit your macros. Okay. Just in case you're not tracking, a macro is a protein, carb, fat, or alcohol. Okay. So when someone says macros, that's what they're talking about: protein, carb, and fat usually. So what I personally do is and for group coaching, we need to hit protein and fiber first. So what that means is I'm going to go in and I'm going to fill all my protein for breakfast, lunch, dinner, and snacks. Then I'm going to go in and fill my vegetables. Then I'm going to check what my fiber's at, continue filling in till I reach my fiber goal, and then I can fill in the fluff. Okay, so I'll take you through that. So for breakfast, I typically like to eat egg whites because, I like egg whites, but it's also a really easy way to get in a lot of protein. So the way I chose 250 grams, which make sure you are weighing everything with a scale. You must have a food scale. They're like 10 to 15 bucks on Amazon. You must have a food scale, okay? All right, so I chose 250 grams. One sec. I'm going to let Chris in. Good morning. You're still connecting to audio. So I chose 250 grams because that is 27 grams of protein. That's pretty significant. The goal or aim you want to shoot for is maybe 25 grams of protein for a meal, maybe 30. So, good morning. Oops. Shoot. I just muted you for the video, but now I can't unmute you. So now I can't talk to you. I think you can unmute yourself though. So if you want to chat, just unmute yourself. Oh, there we go. Good morning.
Good morning.
Sorry. So I am recording this right now. I'm just going through how to pre-plan, how to essentially put the food into the app, because some women have no idea even how to use the app. So that's what we got going on. You good? Do you have any questions before I keep going?
I do, but it'll come later.
I'm good. Just stop me if you want to ask them. Okay, so I chose 250 grams to hit that 27 grams of protein because I had, and see now I still have 133 left. That's a pretty significant amount of protein. So as you can see too in the top, under breakfast, it says carbs 0, fat 0, protein 27.2. So you can see what you have in your meal, and then it's 136 calories. A pretty good aim, depending on your calories for a meal, is between 300 and 400 calories. But again, it depends on your daily calorie goal. Okay. All right. So I'm just adding protein first, right? So for lunch, I do a lot of rotisserie chicken. That's like my main thing. Let me just grab my pup, and I take the skin off always. take the skin off always because it's just icky fat. We don't need to be eating that, at least when our goal is weight loss. So I'm going to do 4 ounces. I would do between 3 and 4 ounces as a primary goal that you want. That's a good serving size. 3 maybe ounces is a serving size. So I'm going to do 4. So it's 29 grams of protein. Okay. For dinner tomorrow, well, I might do chicken, but I'll go ahead and put salmon in here just for your benefit. I'm going to do 4 ounces again. I typically always do 4 ounces because I have a high protein goal that I need to hit. So I have 74 grams of protein left, and I know that because I'm looking at the very top. So I'm going to go into my snacks. I typically eat a good amount of cottage cheese. And you can play with the serving size. A millimeter is the same as a gram on a food scale, so it's 150 grams, which I think is maybe just shy of a half cup-ish. Okay, so this one's pretty good. It has a good amount of protein, low carb, low fat, and it's a healthy fat. So let's see. So I have 57 grams of protein left. I always do a shake, at least 1 scoop. Dina, please be quiet, girl. Okay, 38 grams of protein left. I'm going to go ahead and stop there for now because I typically like to stop a little bit later, but because other food will have protein in it, but I'm going to stop for now at 38 and just see where my day ends after adding the rest. So next we want to hit vegetables and fiber. So spinach is super easy to do in eggs. Okay, lunch. So then I'll think, okay, well, what do I have in the fridge? Or what am I going to buy at the store? Or like, what do I have in the house, right? So I know that I just bought asparagus. So a serving size for vegetables is typically 1 cup. 100. It's typically 1 cup. I would suggest doing green vegetables versus any other color to start, and then you can fill in the rest. More nutrients, typically less starchy carb as well, less starch. Okay, but because I like to be really as exact as possible, I'm gonna look and say, okay, 1 cup has about 30 calories. So then I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna change it back to grams, and then I'm gonna add however many grams to get about 30 calories, to get about 1 cup, okay? So that's about 130 grams of asparagus, okay? And then dinner, I also have Brussels sprouts. Do I have Brussels sprouts? Broccoli. I have broccoli. Okay, 5 florets. You really want to do grams. This one, I am going to keep it because it doesn't have gram as an option, but also it is the exact brand that I'm using. So I'm just going to pull 5. And with vegetables, you don't have to be as exact. Okay, so let's see. So we got, oh, you want to try to hit 4 servings of vegetables throughout the day. So I have breakfast, lunch, dinner. For snacks, I'm just going to do some cucumber. Really easy grab and go snack. And then sometimes I'll dip them in my cottage cheese. And on the cottage cheese, I'll put buttery cinnamon roll flavor guides. Very good. Very, very good. Okay, so 4 vegetables, got it. Got most of the protein. So, and yeah, so the, just the vegetables drop my protein down to 30. So now you can click the button on the very bottom right that says more, and then you can scroll down to nutrition, and then make sure it says day view. Oh, but we're looking at tomorrow. It's like, what happened? Okay, and so now you can see my fiber, it says it's only 6 out of 25. And so I need to come up with some more foods that are high in fiber. So I just realized, did I give you a list of high fiber foods? I don't think so. So I'll go in and check that. A really easy way to get in fiber is a high fiber tortilla, and I really like them, so I'm gonna add that. Other ways to get in fiber is oats, like oatmeal, corn tortillas. Salsa has a ton of fiber. Like most vegetables have fiber. Dave's Killer Bread has a good amount of fiber. Just look at your nutrition label with what you have, but those are some good starts. Okay, oops, tomorrow. Okay, so actually, sorry, real quick, because I'm actually eating this tomorrow, so let me just make a quick swap. I do a cabbage salad with my tortilla, so it's like a chicken wrap. It's really good, and I'll use some, bacon flavored mustard, which is also really good. All right. Okay, hopefully I'm not moving too fast. Okay, so just so you can see on the top for the lunch, it says 23 carb, 5 fat, 35 protein. That's pretty good, pretty low fat, so I'll probably throw in some avocado because we want to be pretty balanced. So a balanced, let's go. A generally balanced meal is going to be 20 to 25, 30. So let's say 20 to 25 grams of carb, about 10 grams of fat, and then 20, 25, maybe a little higher protein. All right. And again, that's always going to depend on your calorie goal. Okay, so I still have 1,000 calories. And we're still working in, actually, let's check the fiber. It's only at 11. Okay, well, I'm going to start putting in my carbohydrate and then see where I need to, oh, maybe I'll look at the correct day. How about that? Yes, 20. Okay, so I only need 5 more grams of fiber, which I'm sure I'll get with the other random foods I put in. So I would say as soon as you hit about 18 grams of fiber, go ahead and throw the rest of your foods in. Okay, so my breakfast. I know tomorrow I obviously don't just want to eat egg whites, and I want to start adding in my carbs and fat. So I'll probably have a piece of Dave's. I like having some toast with eggs in the morning. And then you think, okay, well, what are you going to put on your egg whites? Typically you put something. I put a lot of Flavor Guard seasoning, really good. The pizza and the nacho cheese flavoring is really good. I will probably add, let's see, 30 grams of protein, which is awesome. No fat. Okay, so you know what? I'm actually going to add some peanut butter on my toast. 16 millimeters or 16 grams is 1 tablespoon. So that's a good serving size to keep in mind. That's 350 calories. But I'm going to add my coffee and my almond. Tomorrow, when I actually eat this, if my almond milk isn't 110 on the dot, I'm not going to worry about trying to make it 110 on the dot. If it's like 113, I'll just come in my app, click it, and just change it to 113. So just change throughout the day as you go. Try to be as exact as possible, but you don't have to be crazy. Okay, so breakfast salad. I'm going to leave that on the screen just for a moment so you can see that. Okay, you can lower peanut butter and add whole eggs if you want. I just would rather eat peanut butter. So I eat egg white. And you get more protein from egg white because you can eat more. All right, so for lunch, I have a chicken wrap, and that's it. I like to kind of have a big lunch, a big snack. I'm gonna add some hip peas. These remind me of Cheetos, but they're chickpeas, so they're really good. They're definitely really healthy, and that just pushed me over my fiber goal. So that's 45 grams of carbohydrate, 17 grams of fat, 40 grams of protein. Definitely on the high side, but I have pretty good amount of calories. And also I typically work out right about this time. So this would most likely be my post-workout. Post-workout, you want a lot of carbs. If you're gonna put in like Oreos or cereal or granola or something like that, it is most prudent, most wise, most intelligent, whatever the word, to eat it right after you work out, because that's when your body is going to utilize it for energy to refill your muscles rather than store it as fat. Okay. All right, so dinner, I have salmon and broccoli. I have a ton of carb left. I'm going to add some rice. 200 millimeters is, I think that's about a half a cup. Let's check. Oh no, it's about 1 cup. 84 calories. So let's go. Yeah, so that's almost 1 cup of rice, which is a ton, but when you're training and it's in your calories,
Yeah.
go for it. All right, so I have salmon, which has some fat, broth, rice. I'm probably gonna want a little bit of dessert, which I'm not actually sure what I have, so I'll come back to that. All right, so I still have 74 grams of carbs, so I'm just gonna start filling that in. I like oats, so I'm gonna do some oats. So this is kind of where you just start plug and playing, like, what do you want to eat throughout the day? Start plugging it in, and then are you busting on any of your macros or any of your calories? Okay, so I have oats and peanut butter. I have a protein shake. I have cucumbers and cottage cheese, and I still have 47 grams of carbohydrate. I personally like to leave a little bit left over just in case throughout my day, because otherwise I'm just maybe sometimes deleting. So let me think. Maybe I would like some popcorn at night. What is it? Boom, chicka pop. This is definitely one that you wanna weigh. So, oh, that's a lot of fat. Let's go 200 grams, about 70 calories. I'll throw a rice cake in there. Mine are caramel, so it's a pretty nice treat. 27 grams of carb. Honestly, I would go ahead and stop there. And oh no, you know what? I'll have my dessert as blueberries. It's carb, it's natural sugar. It's still sugar, but it's okay. Fruit is fabulous. I realize I don't eat as much fruit as maybe I should, so actually maybe I'll do that. Instead of popcorn and rice cake, let's add some more fruit. And I know I have some cherries. So this will also help you see, like, what am I lacking? What else do I need? All that kind of stuff. Okay, so I have 6 grams of fat. So my initial instinct is I'm going to go ahead and throw my peanut butter up. All right, 9 carb, 4 fat, 1 protein left. I'm going to leave it like that because maybe the weights are off throughout the day slightly. And so as you go in and adjust, this will change. And I like to have just a little bit leeway. If I end up slightly under calories, okay, I'd rather end up slightly under than slightly over. All right, so here's the day. Pretty simple. If you're not on here, if you watch this later, let me know if you have questions, if any of that was confusing or anything like that. And then you can choose when you eat all this food throughout the day that, you don't have to eat at a specific time. Okay, nutrition. Yep, so I'm way over on fiber. The reason I'm so far over on fiber is the tortilla. So yours, if you're not having a tortilla, will probably be right about 25. If you find yourself constipated and uncomfortable, pop your fiber down to 20. Oh, I didn't put this on the spreadsheet. Everyone's fiber goal, well, no, let me go in because some calories are a bit lower. Your aim is going to be 20 to 25 grams daily. Okay, there's that portion. Now, one gal asked how to set your goal. So we're at home. We're going to go to, on the very bottom right, more. And then we're going to go to goals. So it's like at the very top, goals. Okay. All right. And then we're going to scroll down a little bit. And under nutrition goals, you're going to go to calorie, carb, protein, fat. Good. Now, you guys are going to click like the carbohydrate, and then here, right, make sure it's on grams on the very top, and then enter in the specific gram that I put on your spreadsheet, and then it will update the calorie by itself. Don't even worry about the calories. If for some reason the calories, actually this is a good thing to say, when you're tracking your food, if you find that your calories and macros are not matching, it's just an error in one of the entries in the food, not on your side, within the app. focus on your macros. Don't bother with the calories. Just really focus on hitting your macros, okay? All right, so there's that. And that's it. Okay, so do that first, of course. Probably should have showed you that first. And then enter your food, okay? This is for tomorrow. Oh shoot, what did I do here? Oh, good. Yeah, I think I was inputting on two days or something, because now I'm at negative 17 protein. That's okay, I'll show you how to drop down. How did I do that? Maybe it was from the peanut butter, oddly enough. So if that happens, I typically immediately go to my dinner to lower, because I'd rather eat a lighter meal at night. So 10 more grams of protein. Well, I like having my shake, so I guess we'll just drop. That's weird. I feel like I did something. -2. As long as you're within 2 to 5 grams, either side, negative or positive, excellent. That is the goal, 2 to 5 grams. We want to be as close to it as possible, but 2 to 5. Okay. All right, that's it. All right, that's all I have. Chris, you have some questions?
Yeah, the problem I have is using all my calories, of course. So I can get my macros and my carbs down really well, really close, and then I have 100, 200 calories left to use. What would you suggest I do?
I would suggest ignore the calories.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's easy.
Because what I found a lot of times what happens is some people or companies or whoever is inputting on MyFitnessPal, they'll input net carb or vice versa. So they're like discounting fiber. So sometimes that happens. Just focus on the macros.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Because calories are not my friend anyway.
Yeah, just ignore those. They don't even matter. Oh, and actually, I want to tell everyone too, if you want to work in wine, feel free, totally feel free, or chocolate or whatever. So I'll work in a little bit of wine and show you how it's going to change things, because alcohol obviously is not a carb, protein, or fat. So this is actually where you're going to have your calories messed up. So if you're drinking wine, you do need to pay attention to your calories.
What?
Yeah, and I will say, if you're drinking wine, you kind of are only focused on your calories at that point instead of macros. Okay, so let me show you what I would personally do. So let's go. 5 ounces is a glass, but I always go at least 6. So I'm negative 11 calories. I would probably just keep that. It's only 11 calories. But now you can see I have 20 carb left, 4 fat left, negative 1 protein left. So if you are drinking wine, make sure your protein macro is filled. So you should have nothing left for protein. Carbs and fat, your call, whichever one you want to not eat.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, I could do that. Easy.
And it makes sense why you wouldn't eat the macro, right, when the alcohol is in the plan.
Why is that?
Okay, so let's see. So a glass of wine has 150 calories, but most of those calories are alcohol. So it might only, so let's see what it has. Yeah, it only has 4.8 grams of carbs, 0 fat, 0 protein, but all these calories. So the calories are coming from alcohol. So you're like, you know, we have these macros or calories in a bucket and we're pulling out of our bucket as we eat. Well, when we gosh, how do I explain this well? Like, we're still using part of our food for the day, but because there's no nutrition in alcohol, there's no protein, carb, or fat in the alcohol, but it's still putting calories into your body that we need to track.
So they're empty. Okay.
Yeah, so they're empty calories, which Yeah, sure. It's not ideal, but I mean, glass of wine a day, you do you. It's not that big a deal, in my opinion. So that might mean we need to eliminate or not eat 30 grams of carbohydrate because the calories that would have been in those carbohydrate, we're using them in the alcohol. Does that make
Okay.
sense?
Yeah. Make sure that you're eating nutrition value food first before you throw in any empty calories, whether it's wine or whatever.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
And no matter what, if you have empty calories in there, always hit your protein goal. Always hit your protein. You'll feel a lot better too if you do that. Okay. Any other questions?
I think you were saying that your optimum protein per meal is 20, 25?
I would
What
say,
was that?
yeah, 20 to 25 is about a serving, like a USDA serving of protein and carb.
Per meal?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I mean, if it's a post workout and you have 45 grams of carb and 45 grams of protein, that's totally fine because your body is utilizing the energy in the food because you just worked it off and now your body needs to be replenished.
Okay. Would that be the same for like your first meal of the day, like breakfast?
No.
Nope.
No, because man, that's a good question actually, because you've been fasting.
Well, I work out before, so it's basically after my workout.
Oh yeah, then for sure, yeah.
So then it would work. Okay.
Oh yeah, oh my gosh, do not hold back post workout. You eat whatever you want to eat post workout. Absolutely. Sometimes I'll eat like 800 calories post workout, which is like 2.5 meals, but I'm hungry and my body is using it. So I just keep eating until my body feels good. So that'll be,
Okay.
yeah. For people who are sitting at a desk job, smaller meals throughout the day is better because your body is using the energy from the food you're eating throughout the day rather than eating a bunch. Your body's using half of it and the other half it's going to store it as fat.
Yeah, I think that's part of my problem too. Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty common. Okay, what else? Any other questions?
No, I think I got a different way of looking and plugging in my meals now. Each time I watch you do this, I pick up tricks to make it easier for me. So
I try not to go too fast, but I do it so often that I'm just like, da da da. I'm like, oh wait, some of you guys have never done this, and I just did that in like 3 seconds. Let me up. I try really hard to slow it down. It's such like automatic, typing it in. So, and I will say for all of you guys who have never done this, it might be extraordinarily overwhelming in the beginning, maybe even the first few weeks. Just have grace for yourself, give yourself time, send me as many messages as you want, post in the group like, this is what I'm doing, I'm frustrated, this is what's happening. A little over half of the women in this specific group coaching have been doing this with me for a while, so they can help you out as well. Okay. All right. That's all I have. Chris, if you're good, I'm going to go ahead and end this recording and I'll pop it onto the group.
Good. Thank you.
Okay. Nice to talk with you. I'll talk to you later.
All right. Bye.